Hey guys, so I will buy different fabrics at the fabric store, and I'm not 100% sure what sometimes I'm going to do with the fabric, so I buy it. So y'all remember the tape method that we made earlier, right? So that is the tape method that we did earlier. So I got this fabric from the fabric store, and it is a very nice silk, like fine fabric. So if you see using a tape method, see how when we put it back together, that's how it's going to go. But I don't know, something weird is happening. Like when I'm sewing the fabric, y'all see it's starting to pucker up. Like the fabric itself is doing something really weird. Like, I don't know if y'all can see that. Like if it's getting rips or ridges, I don't know if that's how the fabric is, you know, kind of, I'm not for sure. It's doing something wonky. So I'm sitting here like, you know, what I be trying to figure out, like when I'm doing stuff like, can I finish the project or do I have to pull the plug on a project when I'm doing it? So a lot of times I will have no idea on what I'm going to make with the fabric. I get the fabric and I just say, hey, let me get this fabric and let me try it out. But what I wanted to show y'all is that when you use that tape method that we did earlier today, that it works. And you put it back together like a puzzle. It definitely will work out for you. But sometimes you can probably have the wrong fabric. So I'm not 100% sure with what's happening with the fabric. It's like it's something weird. Like, you know, I'm gonna press it, but it's something weird going on with the fabric. It's like it's, I don't know, like balling up. I'm gonna press it, you know, one layer gonna have the interfacing on, and then this with all of this left, I'm just gonna gather it. Or worst case scenario, before I wind up gathering this whole skirt together, because this sewing is starting to do something wonky. Like if y'all see right here, it's almost like, you know, if you burn or scorch your fabric, this is what it's doing when I'm sewing it. It's warping and buckling like weirdly, and it's a very thin like fabric. So worst case scenario, when I press it out and put the interface in, if the dress still looks wonky and kind of crazy, what we're going to do is, like, I got a nice amount of this, because what I'm going to do is gather like all of this. This is a lot that I got. I'm going to gather it. And y'all see I got the long ties, because remember we're going to do the corset back. So I'm going to turn these into, and it'll go into each thing. So I have enough where I can cut off of here. And if this fabric give me weirdness, it start doing the weirdness, what we'll do is turn around and we'll do like the 3D, how, you know, how we use the fabric, and I will come back and kind of pleat it over the top if it's starting to look really, really crazy, because it kind of is. It is kind of looking crazy. I got to put my top from my bottom. It's starting to look a little weird to me. Like when I'm stitching it, and it's doing it on all the pieces. See what I'm talking about? It's like when I'm sewing it with the needle, the fabric is starting to ball up like if it's getting burned, like if you're putting fire to it. So I'm not for sure. Maybe this is not the right fabric to do. You know, I got to press it, open the seams and all that. Maybe this is not the right fabric to do this dress with. Maybe I need a more durable fabric, but we try stuff. And so I will say, if this puckering shows up on here like this, then we're going to take some from this fabric that I have left, and we're going to ruffle it. So we'll go over it and ruffle it where we will hide the imperfections. So we'll still be able to go forward with this dress and complete this dress, but we'll just have to do the ruffle effect that I've been learning, where you know what I mean, like we'll hide the imperfections where you won't be able to see that, because that'll look kind of weird. And maybe when I press it, it can look better. I'm not for sure, but it is doing something really weird. It's doing something really, really weird. I don't know what it's doing. It's looking wonky. Like, you know, after I press it out, we'll see. And if it make the stitches twist, it's almost like it's a run and a stocking. That's what I feel like I'm experiencing. So I just want to show y'all, this is the tape method. And it's just pinned on here. None of this is sewn. I didn't do any pressing. I just started putting it together. So this is pinned on here. So you see how when we use that tape method, I didn't put the back part on there yet. But y'all see how when we use that tape method, see how it'll come out just like that. And when you add the seam allowance back. So just wanted to show y'all that if you use those measurements and you do it right, this method will work out for you. I'm having a little problem with the fabric. I'm not for sure what's going on. I'm going to iron interfacing on one half and see if that makes it better. If not, we'll take from the bottom of this fabric and we'll do the ruffle effect. How they do the draping, and we'll kind of cover that up, so any of this weird puckering in the stitches and stuff, or the stuff that's happening with my stitches, we'll do that, right? And we'll hide it, so therefore we won't have the imperfection. So we'll still be able to put this dress on, present this dress. I'll be able to do this dress in a show or something like that. I just wanted to show y'all that I'm having a bit of a problem with the fabric. Okay, so you guys have a good night, and we'll revisit this at a later date. I am going to press it and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's starting to, I don't know. All right, you guys have a great day. And if anybody that sews and got the experience and knowing what it is doing, it could be my needle too. I could be using the wrong needle, because I think I have that denim needle in there. So the needle can be piercing the fabrics that's starting to have a run, you know, a run effect throughout the fabric and making the fabric puckle and do weird stuff. So it's starting to look like if the fabric is burnt or scorched, but it's as I'm sticking the needle in, it's doing it. If anybody else know if I need to change the needle with this fine fabric, because that is a heavy duty needle in there, and if that's what's causing the fabric, because it's causing the fabric to look like it got runts in it. So I would want to complete a dress like this and you walk up on it in the seams and it's just looking like you took a hot iron and you scorched the fabric, and I ain't even pressed this. So okay guys, you have an awesome Sunday, and just want to show y'all that tape method, it works. Okay, it works. All right guys, have a good night. And thank you guys for all the comments and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that I'm helping a lot of people and do these little tips and tricks, and we can learn stuff together. And you guys have an awesome night. Toodles.